Good morning. I'm going to show in this YouTube video how I found some wood and tell some interesting stories about some of this area and a sculpture that was found amongst a tree that died. So this is in Thomasville, Georgia, and I'm staying on a friend's property. Beautiful mixed forest back here, a lot of pine trees, but there's beech trees back here, a lot of oaks. It's just really pretty and scenic. A lot of birds you can hear in this video. But I'll show you how I found this wood, and I'll show you the pieces I found. I just want to show where I got it and where I look for wood. So this is a creek that runs in their backyard, which is a great corridor for wildlife. They see foxes back here and deer. I don't see any right now, but I sure hear the birds. And there's some flowers in bloom here. But it's late November, so most things don't have much blossom. So the first piece of wood I found here, and it's still there. You look in that creek, it is submerged right in the middle of the camera lens here. That submerged wood oftentimes is very dry and good to wood. Is very hard and cured, so it's not going to crack or check when you take it out. And I'll see if I can zoom in here a little bit there. Might not be as clear, but yeah, it says a lot of character. I probably could cut that out, but it's going underneath a rock, and that would be a lot of work. So I might do that in low water, or just come back here another time. But I actually elected to get a different piece. Now there was a piece of sassafras, that heron, that I carved, and we actually dug it out right along the banks of the river, right here. It's very sandy soil down here in South Georgia. And that's, yeah, sassafras could be carved wonderfully. So I love working with found wood. And I'm going to show you over here. I like to look at down trees, looking at roots. And the banks of creeks are great places to find wood, because it's shaped by water, has a lot of character. And there's some interesting pieces there, but these pieces are still alive. You can see the tree's got green limbs, so I would never take that down. I don't take anything that's living down. There's a dead trunk that died. And then there's a piece down here, and yesterday I went down here, zoom in here a little bit more, and we went in the water in the creek and cut the piece and pulled it out, and I'm going to show it to you. It has a lot of character. It's really beautiful, but that piece was going so far in the water, we didn't want to, I didn't need that much of the piece, but the part I got is beautiful, and I'll show you that here in a second. Very peaceful out here. Hope you're enjoying this video and the other videos. I show how to demonstrate using tools and how to find wood for wood carving and sculpture. Look at some of these massive trees. This is poplar tree. It's a huge tree. So you can find wood amongst, I love the banks of creeks and lakes, also mountains and hills. So we're going to walk back and go look at the wood I found here. Just try to scan the horizons here. I'm always on the lookout for wildlife as well to study, as well as wood. A lot of pine trees here. I saw yesterday woodpeckers back here, and a lot of redbirds or cardinals. Saw blue jay, wrens, chickadees, robins, and there are foxes and deer back here too. I'm sure there's snakes in here. I don't usually have much of a problem with snakes, but I always kind of make a lot of noise so that when I'm looking under a log or rock, in the creeks, that I'll scare the snakes. So yeah, we're getting up to yeah, kind of where I've staged this wood here. An interesting story, before I show the wood, they had this huge beech tree that they had to have removed. And the tree um, had a void in it. So the previous property owner actually filled the void with concrete. And that wasn't such a good idea because the tree died. And I'm going to show you this tree over here. There's my van. And so the tree was right next to this green shed, and it was huge. So there's some pretty hydrangeas here, still in bloom, some flowers. So over here, there's the here's where the beech tree was, and it was quite big, in fact, because you can see just the soil that was filled in. But so there was a void, and it was filled with concrete. And when the tree, or the arborist, the tree died because it had like a hole down the middle. And when the arborist went to cut it, he kept dulling his chainsaw, and it wouldn't work. So actually, this is what was pulled out from the trunk of the tree. This big monolith of concrete. Isn't that interesting? It's a sculpture in itself. I think that's a pretty cool story. Not a good idea to fill all around trees with concrete, but it's cool looking. So back to the wood I found here. Here's my van, because I'm doing a show here displaying my art. You can see that in another video. And over here, there's some pieces I've collected. There are a couple of pieces of pine heart on the right here. And pine heart is a real nice wood you can clean up and carve. It is pretty hard. I'll have to wire brush this a little bit more, but it has a lot of resin in it, and it finishes beautifully. So I might do some spirit figures. But these are some pretty big sized pieces of pine heart, which is good because you can get a face in there, maybe a beard, or maybe I'll carve an animal or something different. So stay tuned on that. And here's a really cool piece. This is the piece that was found in the creek. And it is, I did hose the mud off of it, so it's a little bit wet, but the wood is also pine heart, and it's black. It's very, very dark. It looks like the creature from the Black Lagoon. So it kind of looks figurative. I see a head, but I might be able to make a lizard or something different out of it. So basically what I do is, I hose off the mud or wire brush it and just let it dry out. The fact that it's been in a creek, it's probably very dry and very, very old, and it's gonna finish up pretty nice with the grain. I see a lot of spiraling grain here. I think that's going to be looking beautiful. Try to turn it forward. You can see some different angles there. And that's what you have to do. Just study the wood and look at it from different angles, and then you'll see eventually what you want to carve. Look at that beautiful grain. So that's old pine heart, old growth. There's a natural succession of forest where you'll find pine heart, old pine trees, because then the deciduous trees take over. So isn't that beautiful here? Thanks for following me, and I appreciate your support. Watch other videos. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I appreciate it. I'll give lots of tips, and as well as show my work, and as well as other art. And I hope you have a great day.